managing your clothes, your wardrobe, and then studying and doing all of things together. And then I was also working part time.
Right.
So managing all those stuff, because here you would have a lot of help, and
Yeah.
there you would have to do everything,
On
also
your own.
banking and accounts and everything on your own. So I felt a little independent.
Hey everyone, this is Shruti. Welcome to my podcast, I'm Just Curious, where I talk of all things I'm curious about with the people I'm curious about and how they turned their passion into their profession. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking to someone who turned her passion for makeup into her profession, who has been a makeup artist for actress Bhakti Kubawat and is also a favorite of To Be Brides. Hey Shimoli, welcome to the show.
Shruti.
Hi.
Thank you for
So-
having me.
Oh, thank you for taking the time to come on my podcast. So, how are you today? How are you doing?
I am good.
You're
How are
good?
you doing?
I'm fine, thanks to you. So let's start from the beginning. What made you like? What sparked that curiosity in you for makeup?
So, I have been that child who would I would see my mother doing her makeup, and since that it's like never ending. I've been trying her makeup, and then after growing up, every new product launch and everything, I would try everything. So since that, I've been into makeup.
You're like curious
Yeah,
about everything
yeah.
new that comes out,
Yeah.
all the new products.
Even though I was into computer engineering, I did my masters in that, and but still I was so much into makeup that at that time also
Yeah.
I would just keep on checking new things coming up and all that stuff.
So talk to me about that. You mentioned that you have an engineering degree,
Yeah.
and you've also studied business analysis
Yeah,
from
yeah,
US.
yeah.
So talk to me about that. Like, how was that experience like?
Well, that was a hell of an experience because I am an only child and I was a spoiled brat. And then when I went to States and living there on your
Alone.
own, doing things
Yeah.
on your own. So basically, yeah, it was a very good experience for me. I learned a lot of things.
Okay.
And
Like
I
what? What all? Can you
like
name a few things?
managing your clothes, your wardrobe, and then studying and doing all of things together. And then I was also working part time.
Right.
So managing all those stuff, because here you would have a lot of help, and
Yeah.
there you would have to do everything,
On
also
your own.
banking and accounts and everything on your own. So I felt a little independent.
Okay.
I felt a little strong.
Yeah.
And more confident. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's great. How long were you there in the US?
I was there for 2 years.
Then you were studying business analysis or engineering.
Yeah.
And then were you like bored of it and you were like, no, I don't want to do this. Let's do something else.
I actually, initially my dad wanted me to do something in the degree, like he wanted me
Yeah.
to get a good degree.
Yeah.
So I did computer engineering, and then I was liking it, and I thought that I would just get more experience in it, and I would know that I want to go ahead in it, or what should I do. So I did my masters, and I also worked there. I worked here for an IT firm, US based IT firm.
Okay.
And then I worked for 1 year, but then I realized that I would want to do something on my own, like not working for someone.
Right.
So and
That's
and
how.
yeah, and then I came up with this idea of La Fabuloso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how, like, when you decided that okay, I want to do something else,
Yeah.
how did you start?
So I just talked to my dad that I want to do something else, and he is into real estate. So he had this land,
Yeah.
and I was just thinking that if I could do something with the resources that I already have.
Yeah.
So I just got this idea that I could make, because pre-wedding and wedding season, I think weddings would never go off.
Right.
So I just got this idea that pre-wedding shoots are going on right now, and I got this idea of La Fabuloso. And at that time only I convinced my dad that I want to go and also study makeup. So I could relate both the businesses together.
So both the things happen parallelly.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking that, like La Fabuloso happened. La Fabuloso, like, explain what La Fabuloso is for somebody who doesn't know.
So basically, we have a studio where we have made sets like Venice, Santorini, a lot of sets from Europe, US. So we
Right.
have made those sets from real construction work. So we have actually got the material, like the texture and everything. We exactly have the same things that they have made those products,
Right.
those buildings or those structures.
Yeah.
So my dad is an architect, so he helped me with the construction part, and we executed that idea.
Then you were building the structures, and then you decided that you want to go and study makeup.
Yeah,
in
so
London.
for pre-wedding also you would need makeup for pre-wedding. So I just thought that initially I would just do that, and then of course I had brides in my mind. So I went to London for 2 months. I did this course from AOFM. It's Academy of Freelance Makeup.
Okay.
So I did my course from there, and I got back.
Okay.
And I started pre-wedding shoots makeup over here. Yeah.
So not many people, like take effort to go and study what they
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
So it's a really good thing that you said that, okay, if I'm doing something, I want to do
Yeah,
it right.
I would want
get
to
training.
do it from the best place.
Yeah, get training.
Yeah.
So you would recommend if anybody wants to study like how to do makeup and be a professional artist.
I would because it is also another experience. I also did some courses over here from Namrata Soni, Meera Sakrani, Amrit Kaur.
Right.
But that was another experience of going
Right.
out and learning their techniques and doing it over here. Then,
Yeah.
so I also learned prosthetics that would be used in film
Okay.
industries and all those
Interesting.
stuff. Yeah.
So beauty is a very creative field.
Yes.
It's very artistic and creative. What do you think, like, did you learn things from your business background when you were in US that helped you as a makeup artist, like, in any way?
Yeah, I think I also learned how to deal with people. Also, I learned how to analyze things,
Right.
calculating risks, all those
Okay.
stuff. So I would otherwise would never think about all those stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it did help me with that.
It did.
Yeah.
Like, because many people think that if they've studied something, and now they're doing something else, that it goes for a waste.
Yeah, so
which
for
is not.
initially, I also thought that, that I wasted all those years
Yeah.
in something else, and now I'm doing something else. But now, when I look back, I realize that I was another person back that time. And now, after all those experience, all these years of experience, I feel that, it has helped me.
It has helped.
Yeah.
So people should not think like
Yeah.
if you like study something, nothing goes to waste.
Yeah, I
basically.
think there's a right time for everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Right. As a makeup artist, like, what are your tips? Like your skincare tips, or like the tips for makeup, like general basic tips that everyone should know
Yeah.
if they want to do like good makeup and things like
First thing is never sleep without removing makeup.
that. Many people
It
do.
would hurt your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another is moisturize, hydrate yourself. And also, I think after some age, you should use retinoids, and maybe you should just consult a dermat. Yeah. Also, double cleanse your skin whenever you are applying makeup and cleaning it. Just double cleanse it every time you.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there any specific products that you are like, these are the better ones and they work for every skin type? Is there
I
anything
think
like
for
that?
every skin type there is something different that you
Right.
would have to see the skin
have to.
first. But of course, moisturizer you can use for oily skins also. Oily skin type, there's also moisturizer like gel based moisturizer. So
Right.
everybody can use according to their skin type.
Oh, nice. So basically, like, you need to see yourself, and if you're working as a makeup
Yeah.
artist, you need to see what the kind of skin the person
Yes,
has, and
yes.
then
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no such thing as one thing works for all
Yeah,
formula.
no, it
Everything
doesn't.
is different
but
for
moisturizing is must, I guess, and
Yeah.
sunscreen.
Sunscreen, SPF.
You won't know now, but you would know after
Later.
10 years if you're not using it. Yeah.
True. So your main clientele are brides, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
What's made you so curious that, okay, I want to cater only to brides, like that's your primary target, and then everything. Like, what's so special about that?
I think, when you see a confused girl coming in for makeup for her wedding day, and when you do her makeup, she feels so strong, so confident. She feels so happy seeing her face, and that feeling, I love seeing that. So, yeah.
You like seeing, making people feel the best on
Yes,
their,
yes,
most
yes.
important day of
Yeah,
their life.
yeah.
Which is like great. You're doing like great work. And are there like, has there been any specific occasion where you've been like, oh, this experience was so much fun and I would like.
Nothing is specific, but it's just that I told you ki every time I see people just being so happy after their makeup is done for their D-Day, they're just ready for D-Day, feeling so good. It just makes me feel good. Yeah.
You like that feeling that
Yeah,
they feel
yeah.
good because you did your job
Yeah.
well. That's great.
So, who are the makeup artists that inspired you? Like when you were starting out and you saw looks from these artists,
Yeah.
Indian or, people
Yeah.
from outside of the country, that you were like, oh, I want to be that. Like, this
Yeah.
is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because, many people sit at home and they're like, oh, I want to be like him or do this or, like
Yeah.
fulfill my dream. So, who was that one person or
I
like,
think there's
few
not
people?
one, but maybe a couple of makeup artists that I follow or I
Okay.
do like their work and I would get inspired from them. So there's this Nikki,
Okay.
Nikki Makeup on Instagram, and then there's Ariel who's doing Kylie's
Kylie's,
makeup.
yeah, Mario.
Makeup by Mario
Yeah.
from Kim Kardashian's.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Kylie and Kim Kardashian. So I want to know, they're lovely people. Like I like them. I'm a fan. Like I love them. But I also feel, do you also feel that like that they are promoting a beauty standard which is not healthy? Which is not attainable by everyone.
I think recently they have also started posting their pictures without filters. So I think the market is going in that way that they are trying to show their real face to people and not that I'm just applying filtered faces
Yeah.
and all those. So
They're being
I think
honest about
getting
that
better.
we do
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but it's not like we are also normal people. We
Yeah.
have normal,
Exactly.
acne problems and
Yeah.
everything. You said that you founded La Fabuloso
Yeah.
and that you were inspired by the wedding industry and you wanted to be in that industry.
Yeah.
First, tell me, I'm very fascinated that you thought of this because when I saw that, I was like, wait, why didn't I think of that? It's a very good idea,
Yeah.
and we could use like things, sets like that because wedding industry is a forever booming industry. So, what inspired you to do that? Like, not just that, okay, the wedding industry, but was there like, did you have because travel or some
Yeah, I think
ideas
I
like
have traveled most of the places, and I wanted to get them the feels of that
Yeah.
place over here. Like the people who could not afford, or maybe because of COVID, people are not able to go out, and I think most of the youngsters would want to take their pictures, and just go out there and
Yeah.
clicking pictures out. So yeah.
Did it also come from that you wanted to, like, when you were getting married, like, you were like, I want to go and have a shoot and,
Honestly, I was so bored of seeing
Oh my
couples
God.
see doing their pre-wedding shoot, so I did not do a pre-wedding shoot before
Oh,
my
really?
wedding. Yeah.
Is
Because
your husband really happy with that?
he was more happy because he's not really good at posing and all those stuff. So he
Right.
was yeah. But we did a small shoot when we decided to like tell people about us.
About that you're together.
Yeah, so we did a small shoot, a
Yeah.
couple of pictures. Yeah.
You mentioned COVID, and COVID has been like a big disadvantage for everyone,
Yes.
like every person everywhere in the world.
True.
What is that one thing that you thought was like a big disadvantage in your life? One situation, like a passing situation, or one thing that happened, but then later on you felt like, oh, this is not that bad. It's
Because of
it's-
COVID.
no,
Or
no,
just
no.
in general.
In general, because people look at COVID as a disadvantage and they feel like, oh, now nothing can happen.
Yeah.
Now this is like the biggest advantage. I
Yeah.
can't move past this.
Yeah.
So what, like, did you have any such thing that you felt like, oh, this is a disadvantage, but later you were like, no.
I just mentioned ki I felt like I wasted so many years, and then after this I realized ki no, it has helped
paid
me.
you off,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you like when you thought of that? Were you like you had to change your perspective to think like that, or was it like natural?
I think over the time I felt ki I mean it's good for me. It has changed me. And my personality has changed. I was very introvert initially, and then a lot of things changed. Yeah. So
What is the one advice that you want to give to the makeup artists who want to enter, especially in the industry where they do bridal makeup? What are the things that one should keep in mind?
I think one should never stop learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. Whenever whatever stage that you are at, just never stop learning and just learn new techniques coming in the market, new trends,
Yeah.
and you will be good to go. Yeah.
And like, it's if somebody is thinking that, okay, I can go to the school that you went to, I can learn new techniques, and then if they come back once,
Yeah.
what's the basic way they can start doing things? What's the most
Yeah, they can start with shoots, and maybe they could just, get their relatives or friends ready so
Yeah.
they get a little experience. So initially, I used to do this pre-wedding shoot. So I would get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and I would go for the shoot. I would be there entire day. So, you even if you do the course or whatever, you learn from the best in the market, but then also it's not like you don't have a ladder to success directly.
Right.
You cannot just jump out there. You would initially would need patience.
Yeah.
And
so
hard
bas-
work.
Yeah, so basically you need to start small.
Yeah.
And start from the people around you, and slowly you can
Yeah.
it will grow
Hmm.
like that. Great.
So you can just put out your work on Instagram and the market, and so people would get to know that there's this new makeup artist
Yeah.
coming up, and you could just show your work, and then you would start getting work.
Yeah. Are there any other industries that one can one can start with, if not bridal makeup, or something that's easier? Because brides sometimes they're very wary of trusting somebody new.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what you would tell to the brides watching that for trusting somebody new who is trying to
Yeah.
make it?
I think they should all. I mean, nowadays they would always check the profile and they would see their work, and then they would go to the makeup artist. But they should at least just give a little basic thing that I want this kind of makeup,
Yeah.
and then they would not just keep on bugging the makeup artist, because there are some brides who will be so stressed and they would
Yeah.
no, not this. But you should just
little
give some,
fussy.
yeah. And at the end, if you don't like anything, you could just tell them,
Yeah.
"Ki bhai, I want to change this," and it would be done. It can
Right.
be done. Yeah.
Because sometimes you've done everything, you've done makeup for your friends and family.
Yeah.
Now they are friends and family, they will happily let you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And but then you sit and think that, but I need more clients, real people who are clients.
Yeah.
And sometimes people get scared of that also. That also prevents them from starting. That
True.
what if somebody will not hire me only?
Yeah.
Why should I learn?
I think after a few phases of makeup that they have done, they would by their own they would get some
Idea.
confidence and
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
So what are your go-to brands when it comes to makeup?
NARS, Dior, Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so happy that Nykaa has got most of the brands here, because initially, you would have to go out, or maybe if someone is coming from outside of India, then you would have to tell them to get it for you. So, and you would have to wait a lot basically.
Yeah.
And now Nykaa has mostly got all of the brands here, and also Sephora has
Yeah.
come to Gujarat. So, it's a plus point for all of
Yeah,
us.
definitely.
Yeah.
And-
For drugstore, I would say Colaba is good.
Calabar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybelline lipsticks are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the formula and everything is much more nicer in the brands that you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer high-end brands.
Right.
But
For the quality.
I'm not saying that drugstore are not bad. Drugstore, they do some brands do have very nice products like Colaba. I love Colaba products.
So you recommend these
Yeah,
these
yeah.
brands if somebody cannot afford those.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if somebody wants to hire your service as a makeup artist,
Yeah.
and how can they do that?
They can always contact me on my phone number, or they can DM me on Instagram.
Right.
So usually people would text me or DM me on Instagram, and I think Instagram is like the most
go-to
famous,
place.
yeah,
Yeah.
platform right now, and people do get a lot of work from Instagram nowadays. I've seen that people, because they're putting out their work over there, and it's very nice, because earlier makeup artists would have they would just give references, and you would get to know कि अच्छा you have seen someone's work, and that's how you would hire. But now it's a very good platform that we have,
Yeah.
where we can showcase our work.
And you can see a lot of people's work, and then you can be
Yes.
like, okay, I want to.
Yes, then you can
go
decide for
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot be confused or
Yeah.
anything. Also, the same thing for La Fabuloso. If somebody wants to do a shoot,
Yeah.
and how much do people have to worry about when it comes to makeup? Do people have to worry about, okay, how much would you charge, or do you charge a particular amount? You don't or are you flexible
For pre-wedding shoots or for makeup?
for makeup? If somebody comes to you,
Yeah.
would you be flexible, or would you be like, no, this is
the prices would be fixed because
Okay.
you cannot do injustice to somebody else. So
Right.
yeah, the
Right.
prices are fixed. So there are two packages for airbrush and HD, so they can decide for themselves, or according to the skin we can decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the difference between airbrushing and HD for
So
someone who doesn't-
airbrush basically it's sweat proof and waterproof, but
Okay.
it does give another layer of makeup to the skin.
Right. And same thing for La Fabuloso. Somebody who is thinking that, oh, I'm getting married and I want to do like a photo shoot. How do they reach you? Where can they contact you? How much?
Facebook, Instagram,
Facebook and
or
Instagram.
so photographers. Most of the photographers would know about us over here in Gujarat, so
Yeah.
they can contact us through them.
Right.
So, yeah.
And like, would you like to tell them about the like how much would be the charges for the set, or
So basically we do
depends.
have two packages. It's half day and then it's full day.
Okay.
So they can decide on their own if they want to go for half day, or if it's in the budget they can go for full day.
full day?
Yeah.
And there is no limit, like in one day everybody can, the couple can use
They
all
can
the
use
sets.
all the sets, but right now we have 4 more sets coming up. One is Rajasthan, another is Spanish Town, and other two are I would not reveal
You would
right
not
now.
like
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. We are looking
So
forward to
for those sets, we initially would charge extra for those sets which are new, but otherwise all the sets. So right now we have 32 plus sets.
Okay.
So yeah.
32 plus sets.
Yes,
That's like
yes.
a lot of sets.
Yes.
You know, I thought that you guys must have like.
visit.
I want to. I would love to.
Yeah.
I thought that it must be like 4, because I've in the pictures I've seen like 4 or
Yeah,
5.
Yeah.
So I thought, but 32 is a
Yeah,
really good
small,
number.
big, indoor, outdoor, 32 sets. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And there's like no such limit as timing that okay, these are the timings that we operate on.
Timings there are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll move to the next segment, which is like little more fun. We are going to do like a small, quick, curious. So the first thing is one thing that you're curious about apart from makeup.
Maybe traveling because I
Traveling.
have not traveled since a while.
It's a sore spot
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
One makeup artist you're curious about, like you would be like, I want to shadow her for a day, or learn more from her.
Meera Sakrani.
Meera Sakrani.
Yeah.
What about her that you like more?
The way she does the makeup, of course, the skin, it looks so natural. I actually love the makeup that looks very natural, looks like yourself,
Yeah.
though it gives an inner shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A glow.
Yeah.
I've seen her. She's good.
Yeah.
Like I've seen her work.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. One place you're curious to travel to, since in the pandemic nobody has traveled anywhere. Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, what makes you curious about
So
Spain?
basically, we were supposed to go there for our honeymoon, and then COVID came, so I couldn't go. So yeah.
Oh, so you had to stay in Gujarat or in India for the
Yeah,
honeymoon?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. I hope you get to go to Spain soon. It's beautiful.
So hope.
It's beautiful. Do go to Marbella
Yeah.
and Barcelona.
I have an entire list
List
of
of
places that I
places.
have to visit. Yeah.
Yeah. Since I'm doing this for the first time, and you've been very kind enough to be on my podcast and talk about your journey, what is the one feedback or advice you would like to give me?
I think you were really good at it. The first time when you called about
Yeah.
the makeup, and then you were like, did you like the idea? And I was like, yeah, I loved it. And I mean, you were like, how would it go? And I was so confident, and you were like, what made you say so?
Yeah.
And because the way you were talking, and you were so confident about things that you would want to do and you would want to speak about, so that made me feel that it's going to go well.
You were surprisingly, you were very confident
Yeah.
when you said that,
Yeah.
and you were sure.
Yeah.
And I was still contemplating if I should do it.
I know.
And so I mean that really helped. That increased my excitement, and it boosted my confidence. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And yeah, any thoughts that you want to share? Any feelings?
Keep doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
I should.
I would love watching more interviews.
Great. So thank you so much for coming.